Hello pets, welcome back to Armor Core 3. So last time we looked at the user interface, the intro mission and so on. But now we're actually going to go in and do some missions. So we got two missions here. We have this one here for 11,000 and this one here for 0. Now this one here is a little different. This one, the number of opponents that we kill will affect our score. So the more we can kill, the more we get out of this one. This one here, doesn't matter how many we kill, we're going to get the money. So let's go ahead and do this one. Because we want to have at least some money in our pocket.
Unhappy about our decision to shut down the Zydan weapons factory have taken over control. They've modified the factory's MTs for combat and are using them to keep the demolition team at bay. Remove them from the premises immediately. Closing the factory was a difficult decision, but had to be done in order to accommodate the need for more housing. We're sending you in to end the standoff and get the project back on track. Eliminate all targets in the factory.
So not that hard. If you've seen any of the previous Armored Core games, this is a new feature. In this case, we can hire up consorts, so we can actually hire other MT or AC pilots to come in and assist us. We're not going to hire one, but we could. If you hire one, so let's say I want to take this guy with me, it would be easier to do the mission, but it's going to cost us $4,000. It's like, I bring him in, the rest of the fund says 2,000, because instead of 6, so it's going to cost us $4,000. This guy's going to cost us 5, and so on. So if you really are struggling with the mission, then this is a good way to go. Hire some dudes. We're not going to. We're going to go in otherwise. And by doing that, we get the money. So if we don't pay them out to another unit, we'll get that money in the end.
System engaged.
Oh, I forgot to adjust my controls. So it's not a big deal. I can work with them. I sent in a Raven. We're gonna take you out. Not a big deal to us. Oh. And now, if you notice, these missiles run relatively flat. They do some good damage, though. It'd be nice if I had a little more range on them, but it's okay. You kind of get used to it after a while. Ooh, that was a pretty good hit. Oh, come on. Every once in a while you get stuck. You get stuck on different things. So like there's terrain elements that just get in the way. If you want to conserve money, you can go in and kill them all with your sword. But my controls are backwards, so
That's all of them. Let's head out.
I need to adjust my controls a little bit. I'll do that between missions. Most of these missions are pretty short. A lot of them, 5-10 minutes. Not that big of a deal. Long ones might be 20 or 30 minutes. So I took a little bit of damage, used some ammo. Not a big deal. So you notice at the top there, the reward for the mission was 11,000. The additional one was $6,000. That's because I didn't hire the dude. And we have ammunition expenditures, ammo repair expenditures. If you destroy something you're not supposed to destroy, they'll get a deduction. If you get hidden objectives or other goals, you might get additional money. So in this case, instead of getting 17,000, we got a little over 13,000, which is a good start. It's a very good start to our day. We have mail. So like I said before, we get mail almost every time. Good work. Appreciate your help. And so on. As I'll leave these on the screen for you to read them if you want to read them. If they're important, we'll actually read them off. Okay, so nothing really interesting there either. Go back into missions. And notice we have 2 layers. So we have layer 1, district 2. And third layer, industrial research. I have one mission down here, one mission up here. I'm gonna go ahead and do this mission first. I try to do these missions, and will try to do these missions in the order in which they come up.
To light regarding a possible terrorist attack on global cortex interests. The instigators have yet to be revealed, but there is no mistaking their intentions. As far as we know, they plan to disable one of our arena facilities and force the cancellation of an upcoming match. Stand by on scene and make sure the attack does not succeed. An overwhelming show of force must be brought to bear so that our response isn't misinterpreted. Hostilities against global cortex are not tolerated and will be dealt with accordingly. Due to our stance on this matter, your reward will be determined by the number of enemy units destroyed.
Sure. Yes. If a mission has an advance or it has a special condition, they'll give you the option of delaying the entry, so you can go pick a different mech unit.
System engaged.
But in our case, we're good.
There are more than we expected. Be careful.
I didn't change my controls. It's okay. Oh, I got tanks on me. I missed. Kind of stinks. I took some serious damage there too. I mentioned the controls are a little wonky, so. This is bad. Gotta watch those little tanks. They'll sneak up behind you and do a lot of damage. It's a challenging thing.
Looks like you could use a hand.
Alright, so this is a stress you out mission apparently.
Guernica identified.
So now we have a second AC out here to help choke up some of these missiles. That's a good thing. Let him take some of the damage off. We'll stand a better chance of surviving. You also need to watch how much ammo you use, because you pay by the bullet. Alright, you got that one. So I'll use this one over here. We're almost done. We got 60% left. Alright. And That one's down. That puts us down to 33%. There's the little guy there. That's that one. There's one over here. If we had a little more range on us, we could clear these a little faster. We don't quite have the range that he does. But that's good. You just gotta keep moving. That's the trick in this game, is just keep moving. Moving sideways, moving forward, moving backward. The more you move.
Very impressive.
That's it.
Perhaps we'll work together again.
When you work with other Raven pilots, you can sometimes hire them later on, and that's to your advantage. So, if you take certain missions, like this one, I spent 5,000 in ammo and 5,000 in auto repair. That's so horrible. And we picked up so much, but we lost it all. All those missiles I fired. Between that and get my butt beat up, it stinks. Alright, well, at least we're making money. Okay, so we got new mail, as always. In this case, it's Gigas. So you're quite a pilot, I like your style, make a good team, hopefully we'll work chance to work together. So if we look at our mission list, it's possible. Yeah, we'll secure the mine.
We'd like you to execute an attack on the Grand Mining Facility. Kisaragi has played a leading role in the mine's operation and just recently uncovered a rich vein of rare metal ore. Needless to say, the ore has considerable value and we're unwilling to allow Kisaragi to corner the market. After consultation with other corporations, it was decided that the mine's resources are to be equally distributed and that we, Mirage, will take over its day-to-day operations. However, although Kisaragi agreed to this, they continue to mine the ore and are in clear violation of the arrangement that was settled upon. We want to avoid damage to the mine and its assets, but all Kisaragi personnel are to be removed from the facility.
Remember I said about special damages? This is a mission where that can happen. So, we have the ability to do a consort. And he is not in here. But that's where he would be. So, if Goldie's was available there, we'd be able to hire him. Now, he probably costs more than 6,000, so that's why he's not there. But it is always an option. This mission again is relatively easy. These early missions are all meant for you to get some experience piloting, get some money, oddities, doors.
Raven,
You use
forces occupying facility.
the left trigger,
Any of the mine equipment.
strangely enough, which is normally your sword arm, in order to open the doors. Don't ask me why, it's kind of a weird button. This is the easiest way to handle these types of mechs. Unfortunately, it is a little bit of a nuisance. And it's expensive. That's the bad part, is that it is actually quite expensive to do so. Frankly, I'd rather use the rifle, but you don't always get a choice. It's either that or take a lot of damage sometimes. And missiles are they're cheaper than the damage. That you'll take if you actually sometimes getting close with certain MTs. But now if you had a spread bomb, that would be really useful here. I don't have a spread weapon, so like a shotgun or something. Or that howitzer. That would be quick work with that type of stuff. Alright, don't want to run my boosters out. You don't need to watch your ammunition. Because if you get too close. There we go. And the left joystick does not work. So keep that in mind. That the left joystick is not used in this game. Save some ammo.
Destruction of all enemy targets confirmed.
So if I run out of ammo, my gun's useless. Absolutely useless. And if I remember, there's a feature to drop dead weight. So if you have a bazooka and you run out of ammunition, rather than lugging around an empty weapon, you can throw it off and get some more energy that way. So we did destroy something. So that's the special deduction down there. I actually think it was them who destroyed it, but either way we got fined for it. We had a little bit of armor repair, not bad. A little bit of ammunition, not bad. So we had our reward of 11,000, additional reward of 6,000. Come on down there, 12,000, 3,500. Not too bad. That's actually pretty good. Yeah, we blew a container. So that's not too bad. We're not quite where I want to be, because I like that turn radius mod. Yeah. Mirage. Nice job, newcomer, be kind your support. Let's see, anything good to the next level. Mirage like to make that happen, Raven. Next time, I won. Okay. Alright, so we're not quite where I want to be. So we have one mission here and one mission here. Let's see what these two missions are. This is an escort, a transport escort. So it's by Kisaragi. Just have to knock out some MTs, keep transport moving. What's this one here? The bridge construction site. Destroy. Okay, so this is a sweet mission. Let's do this one. Wait, hold on. Before we do that, let's do the control effects. So I found that the base controls I don't like. But thankfully you can rearrange all of them. Now if you notice, the analog sticks are not listed in here. Why? Because the Armored Core games, at least through Silent Line, don't actually use the FPS style controls. So it's a bit of a nuisance. However, if we rearrange these just a little, we can make them at least moderately reasonable. So it puts everything in a little more comfortable position. For me, anyway. You may find a different configuration works for you, but for me, that's what works. And we're going to do a quick save real quick. Save over that. I think it tracks the number of sorties you do. Buys your funds, and I think it even tracks your net worth. So, mission. We're gonna do this one, and we're gonna do this research, gonna clear these MTs out.
Nair Bridge, a work in progress, has been seized by forces threatening to destroy it unless construction ceases immediately. The project is one of great importance, literally bridging the gap that has impeded trade between the two neighboring districts. Those holding the bridge are thought to be part of a smuggling ring that has benefited from the situation. The smugglers disguised themselves as bridge workers and commandeered their MTs. The bridge's construction must not be delayed. Eliminate those holding it.
Yep, we're good. I don't think, yeah, we don't get one. So sometimes, like I said, sometimes you don't get the option of taking in additional support. This is one of those cases.
A Raven. I guess they decided to ignore our warning. Squad, I want this AC turned into scrap.
You have construction MTs with missiles. And you think you can turn even a default
There isn't much room to maneuver.
AC? Into scrap? Oh, they have like a bazooka or something. Alright. Okay. Now, this particular mission is one of those that can be a nuisance. But you kind of have to figure out where you can and can't go. You know, how do you get across the bridge? I think it's that one little tiny sliver of beam. Oh, wonderful. You have to balance beam. Great. This is going to be a challenge. Right? Let's pray they don't throw anything too fancy at us. There we go. Alright, so that is down there. Oh, it's behind us. I'll just use the sword and take it out that way. Alright, and then alright. So he's trying to melee me, and that did not work out in his favor. Like I said, the blade weapon is one of your best weapons in this game, because you don't have to worry about ammunition, and a lot of times, because the game is close quarters, you can save ammo by not having to use it. Now, it's also a bad thing, because it does not work against high-speed opponents. So if you're doing a high-speed AC, you're better off using anything that can lock at a range. So keep that in mind. But slow stuff like these MTs, better off saving your ammo and using your blade. if you can get around them. So, last thing we're going to do is we're actually going to go to the garage and go shopping. And what we want to do is we want to do an optional part, because I want that turning mod. And then we're going to go to equipment and plug it in. So if you notice, we have 12 mod slots. This takes 4. So if you go back to the shop, there are other things in here, like this takes 2. Energy capacity, that takes 4. This one takes 3. I can see me using one of those and one of those. The reduced lock-on times. Often. Also, if you're using an energy weapon build, something like this would be useful for your energy weapons. That can also be useful for certain loadouts. So each of these is useful for different types of loadouts. So you just kind of pick out a loadout that you find that works for you and go with it. And remember, you've got 3 mechs, so you can always pick up a different option and see where that goes. So thank you for watching. This is Core 3, and I appreciate you hanging out there. If you haven't done so, do the like thing. Hey, let me know. If you like that video, let me know. And I'll be happy to do more. Have a good day.